All right, let's get right into it. We're not here for the easy answers or some feel-good motivational quotes. This is a raw deconstruction. We're breaking down what it actually takes to be resilient. No fluff, just the core anatomy of what it means to be truly unstoppable.
Just let that one sink in for a second, because it's the truth, right? This isn't about being negative, it's about being a realist. Life can be a mean and nasty place, and honestly, it doesn't care about your feelings or your plans. It will beat you to your knees and keep you there if you let it.
And this truth, this harsh reality, it's not your enemy. You got to think of it like the heat from a forge. It's absolutely necessary. It's the fire that starts to soften your ego, the thing that burns away all your excuses and gets you ready for what's coming next. This is the starting point for building something real.
So, okay, if we just accept that life is guaranteed to hit us, and probably hit us hard, then the only question that really matters is, how are we going to respond? What does real strength even look like when you're under that kind of pressure?
You know, this right here is a massive shift in perspective. We're all taught to think that strength is about the force you can dish out. But that's not it. Not really. True strength, real resilience, is about absorption. It's about your capacity to endure, to take the hit, and somehow still find the will to take one more step forward.
And this just nails the difference, doesn't it? The struggle, the exhaustion, the pain of pushing yourself, all of that stuff has an expiration date. It'll pass. But quitting, man, quitting is a choice that defines you forever. It becomes a permanent part of your story.
So how do you keep moving forward? You have to fight for the inches. See, life isn't won in these giant, glorious leaps. It's won in the tiny, brutal, unseen battles that happen every single day. The margin for error is so small. You're a half step too late, a half second too early, and you just don't quite make it.
And these inches, they aren't some abstract idea. They are real. They're tangible. It's that one extra rep you do at the gym when your body is screaming at you to stop. It's reading one more page when your eyes are burning. It's getting up when the alarm goes off instead of hitting snooze. It's deciding not to send that angry email. Every single one of those is an inch you can fight for and win.
So once you understand the heat and the nature of the hit, it's time for the hammer. And the hammer is that direct, incredibly uncomfortable look in the mirror. It's all about confronting the gap between who you say you want to be and what your actions prove you actually are.
You say you want it. Of course you do. You tell your friends, you tell your family, you're aiming for the top. The ambition is there, we hear it. But let's be real for a second.
Your actions are telling a completely different story. The weekend rolls around and all that discipline just melts away. The short-term pleasure, it feels better than the long-term goal. And a choice is made right then and there.
Oh yeah, you want to be great. You've got the posters on the wall, you dream about that kind of achievement. You talk a big game about your legacy.
But then the alarm goes off, and the negotiation starts in your head. And the comfort of that bed, it wins. The truth is, your desire for comfort is stronger than your desire for greatness. Your actions don't lie. Ever.
And this gets to a really crucial point. We get so obsessed with talent, with this idea that some people are just born with it. But listen, talent is just a starting point. It's nothing without work. Skill, though, skill's different. Skill is earned. It's forged, hour after hour, day after day, beating on your craft when nobody's watching. Skill eats talent for breakfast.
So this brings us to the final phase of the whole forging process, the quench. This is the moment you take that heated, hammered piece of metal, which is your character, and you plunge it into cold water. It hardens. The changes become permanent. This is the big shift, from being a victim of your circumstances to becoming the creator of your own reality. And it all starts with this, a brutal but necessary dose of radical responsibility. Pointing fingers at your boss, at the economy, at your past, that is the ultimate act of weakness. You're just giving your power away. The moment, the second, you accept that you are the common denominator in all your failures, that is the second you reclaim the power to create your own success.
So when the world puts you on your knees, when you fail, when you're embarrassed, and all you want to do is quit, when your own bad habits betray the person you want to become,
When you're tired, you're sore, and you feel like you have nothing left.
The command is simple. It's the only move that matters. Get up. That is how winning is done.
And once you can finally get up for yourself, you discover the real reason for all this struggle. This resilience, this strength that you're forging, it was never just for you. The ultimate expression of strength is service.
You find this power not just to lift yourself up, but to make someone else's life better. That's when it all stops being about personal gain and becomes a real purpose.
And when you combine that internal responsibility with an external purpose, something incredible starts to happen. All those limits you thought were real, they start to look like illusions. You begin to understand what it actually means to be powerful beyond measure.
And you start asking totally different questions. See, the victim is always asking, why me? But the creator asks, why not me? Why can't I be the best player? Why can't I be the one to change things? Why not me? It's such a simple question, but it completely flips the script on your own potential.
So the final takeaway is this: the fear, the self-doubt, that little voice inside that tells you you're not good enough, it's all just an illusion, a shadow. And once you really truly realize that, the only question left to answer is the one right here. What will you create?